and intuition, right?
Yeah, but you know what? Do you want to talk about that according to your Batsi astrology?
Yeah, I could talk about my research of what I saw, but I have to get into my slideshow, which only take a minute, and I could just read off what I read in the Chinese oracles, all these ancient divine charts, and what might happen this year based on the transition of the energy cycle.
Sweet. And then if
Yeah.
if it's all right with you, let's leave a few minutes and I'll throw in because I wasn't sure how today was going to go, Janet.
That's
I
okay. Don't worry about it.
I
Yeah,
want to
I
make
just thought I'd join in. I checked up on your online thing and I saw that you were going to talk about fear and intuition. So reading about the oracles is kind of in that line, of knowing what's ahead and if you believe in it, and what happened in history, it repeats itself, and I did some presentations on different charts, ancient charts, their version of Google back in the old days. And it's pretty accurate. It parallels like what happened last year.
well, let's dive
Yeah.
into it. And then let's save
Yeah.
a few minutes
I've
for
got to,
questions and answers.
yeah, I've just got to get the slideshow. I did
Absolutely.
it.
So
I did it for San Leandro Library last weekend. That's why I couldn't do it on the 12th. And let me just call it up. So I
yeah,
think it was this. Was it this one? No, it
I tell
wasn't.
you what, while you're doing that, look at him.
Yeah, yeah. Let me look for it while
I got a
you're
fashion
doing
faux pas
that.
going on
Yeah,
here.
and I'm gonna turn off my volume so I could look for it.
All right,
Yeah.
I will, and I'll be the entertainment. Ta 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 ta. All right. So, um, did you have a chance to hear about the fear and the intuition piece? Do you have any questions about that, or do you have anything that you want to share that I can help you walk through as we have Janet prepare? Yeah, go for it, Mo.
So I just had this exact thing came up. I had a friend whose horse is really sick. And I said, oh, I can help. I can communicate. And she goes, I was just going to, contact a communicator. I didn't realize you were doing that. I'm like, yeah. I said, I'm, taking classes and such, but I've been doing really well. And so let me do this for you. And she was like, great. And then I realized it was like, oh, she's connected to all these old friends and acquaintances that have tons of animal people. I'm like, oh, this could be really good. I didn't even think about that. And pressure. And then her horse is really sick. I love her horse. More pressure. And then I go to do the reading. I'm in the reading. I'm really struggling. I'm not connecting. I'm getting nervous. I'm getting upset. It's kind of like it's not kind of, it is the first time it's ever happened. Then I realized, oh, my horse died of the same thing. So then I had all of this sadness. So then it was like pressure, sadness, fear. I couldn't do it. I just got totally frustrated and like, ugh. And I ended up going back after talking about it with my class and felt better. And I did a read and it was okay. But it was funny that you brought it up because that was my experience that I had to. So then I had to like grieve my horse and talk to her and gain her forgiveness. I felt as she was like, yeah, come on.
Never. Yeah.
Right. But yeah. So yeah, right there with you. And it kind of like, it definitely took me down. I really haven't been very active on my readings and been like feeling a little flying low these days, but I'm trying to like rally and bring it back up.
So I'm going to ask you a favor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you to do a really quick couple sentence read on my cat. His name is Gray Boy. And the reason I'm asking is he'll come home for a couple days and he leaves for a couple days. He's on anxiety meds, and then I freak out because the days that he's gone, that on the anxiety meds he's supposed to have every day, otherwise it could be detrimental to his health, right? So yeah.
Okay, I've never done one on the spot. Another bit of fear.
Got nothing to lose. We're just fucking around.
right? I always do it like first and then give it to people, but my teacher's like, no, don't do that anymore. And I'm like, but okay. Hmm. Yeah, so I just need a few minutes, I guess.
Yeah, and I'm going to talk to Frida while you're doing that.
Perfect.
All right, all right. Frida, what are you up to, lady?
Um, just it would seem like a synchronicity to see your video pop up this morning. 'Cause, like it just popped up. You talked about what you talked about. I watched it and I was like, yes, I need to see you today. And I've been pretty busy, so like it just worked out that I could be here today, which is really cool. Um, I think that yeah, like what you were talking about fear. Like I am afraid to I feel like I'm afraid to really be who I'm afraid to, what I say is step into my name because I've always been, as you know, with someone else. And I'm afraid to just be out there and step into myself fully and um, own it. Or I'm afraid that I'm going to have like some out of control ego or something, which is funny because I think that everything that I've learned that won't happen, but that's the fear.
Mhm.
Is that I'm going to have a giant ego or something. And I don't know why I battle with that, but that's something that is inside of me that I'm concerned about. I always want to be hidden behind someone else or take the back seat. I'm afraid to fully own it.
Well, you know, it's funny is I have a message on that I just got this morning. You want me to share it with you? It's going to take me a minute to leave. Janet, are you cool if we finish this before you get started? And you're muted. You're muted, party person. You're muted, Janet. And you're the host, so I can't unmute you.
It's the top right, if that helps to unmute of your box.
All right. She's going to unmute. I'm going to get you the message. I'll be in just one moment. So here's the funny thing. You know, I started the fifth dimension because my teacher went into meditation and got this whole information, you know, this whole thing of information, and she read her morning pages, is what I'll call it, right? Which she never does. She never did. She was a very private person. And as I was writing this note, I was like, I know I'm going to share this. I don't know why, because it seems crazy. So thank you for being that vehicle, Frida. So today is not about reinvention. It's about absolution. Forgive yourself your fears of being wrong, being different, being alone, and just to be and just be. You were once told, oh, okay, so then this was an old reading that I got. You were once told that we were all born alone, even twins. So this is the beginning of knowing that you are always on a path of aloneness, because we're all born alone, right? Doesn't matter. You all come out the chute one at a time, even during C-section. Thus, the path we walk is alone, but not that in solitude or alone or loneliness. Solitude is a choice. Loneliness is a choice. Alone is a state of being. When we are alone, we allow connection to the highest source, the source that brings all, and all is nearby, and all is merely all you can bear. I have really crappy writing when I channel. When you can bear more, you receive more. That is all. Your path of aloneness will bring you joy, bring people to you, and allow for your highest form of health that you may understand. Death is merely transition of one's vibration to another. Raise your vibration now and transition will be more seamless. Isn't that what you want? And I said, well, I want to have, I want to have money, a house. I want to be able to freely and easily help my kids. So that's my piece of shame, right? And then the response was, then unburden yourself from the shame and guilt of what you desire. Forgive yourself for taking the path less traveled, yet traveling too carefully. That's the interesting part,
Mhm.
right? Paths are meant to be traveled, not to be observed. You are protected. Each step is a step of clarity, even when you cannot see. For it's in the movement that brings clarity. Do you see? There you go. And there I go.
Thank you so much for sharing that.
And there we go. You're absolutely welcome. Yeah, I'm usually not that person. How'd it go, Mo?
Good, I think.
No.
Oh,
So that's
good.
another thing I'm going to
I'm
start
always
talking.
right.
I'm going to do another video on that's another thing about fear, right? Is that when you give yourself permission to be right, then there's no
Right.
fear.
Right. I'm always right.
You are,
My favorite.
at
Cynthia
least when
Little.
you're hanging with me.
Exactly.
What'd you
So
get?
he is seems like a really cool cat. He's a cool guy. Like, I'm a cool cat. Yeah. Um, I feel like claustrophobic. Is he peeing by the doors or the
He
by
was.
the yeah, he wants out. He's claustrophobic. So I told him, if you promise to let him out every day, he has to come home every night.
Okay.
He's like, he's a free soul. He's like, I'm a free wandering guy. So, well, where do you go? He's like, wherever I want. Well, your mom worries, like, and it's, nighttime and you could get hit. And he's like, no, I know my way around. It's like he maybe was formerly like a wildcat or outdoors all the time. He doesn't go anywhere. He's like, I'm always around, but I don't like being confined to the house. And I want out and I want in and out privileges. And I said, okay, well, if you can promise to come home and check in every night and sleep inside. He's like, yeah, okay, I'll try. If she lets me out.
I do it. I do. The problem is, he's really mad at me. But it's funny because he was a trailer park cat. So he was born in a trailer park, not in a house, but underneath one of the trailers.
And
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, and he lived, because I kept seeing, I said, well, where do you stay at night? He goes, oh, I find little hidey holes and I know where to eat. And, it's like, he's a city cat. It's not because I showed him like forest and he's like, no, I'm good where I'm at. I know my territory.
It's so weird and great, right? So thank you. See? So there you go.
He's sweet.
Yeah, thank
Very
you.
passionate guy.
And now you can do it again, right? Get back at
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah. So Jenna's having a hard time sharing her screen.
I found the screen finally.
Okay, great.
To share. So I'll share with you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And let me put on this. Okay, what do you guys see? All right. Let me
Looking at
just
the
put on
outcomes.
this. What do you see? The eye? The big
Yeah.
eye?
Eye with the world, the global eye.
Okay,
the word.
global eye. Okay. So this is about looking into data of the past to predict the future. And I got a couple of oracles from my teacher, Joey Yap. Oh, excuse me. And I thought it was kind of interesting to just show it to you guys. And this is what happened in the metal rat year. This is written thousands of years ago, and in the metal rat year, it's called Mother Earth Oracle. And this is called Spring Cow Map. So these are all oracles about the 2020 and 2021 year, the prediction. And back in the old days, I guess, they had farmers and they, it was just kind of like they weren't educated. So they put the pictures of the way the lunar and the solar calendar would come about. And I guess last year the lunar came before the solar, and then this year the solar calendar came before the lunar. So the cows kind of like the lunar year. So that was their way of communicating. And he found also this Mother Earth oracle. And it said in the metal rat years, the increase in the wealth gap between the rich and the poor, the number of deaths increases in winter. And as you know, this was written thousands of years ago. And so in the winter time, there were a lot of, increase in deaths from COVID. And then it said in the metal ox year, this is what kind of gave me fear, since this is about fear, right? This subject. In the year of the metal ox, no matter what the status, all are sorrowful. There will be massive deaths. The survivors will grow. So this is another commentary he interpreted from the Chinese oracle. It's like Chinese Notre Dame. And what does this mean? If, it's kind of vague, and they didn't have vaccines back then. So there were, we kind of guessed based on a flying star chart. And we just basically said, maybe it also said something about animal disease this year. So there is kind of supposed to be an animal disease coming up, like H1N1 this year. And it's possible that our food supply might be affected because the 4-star is with the 5-star this year. I'll show you an energy map later. And so if we look at these energy maps, we look back in December. This is a Chiman energy map. This one's kind of blurry, but every time there's a solar eclipse, all these guys that are in there that represent the month. So this happened in December 2019 when the virus started. There was a solar eclipse, and what was affected was heart, heavenly heart. And this is the worst part of the year because this is a military technique, that strategy that was done thousands of years ago. They didn't have Google, so they used these maps. But heavenly heart's kind of like the medical profession. So every time there's a total solar eclipse, okay, these guys are all affected. So this is like the medical profession. This is like heaven, 9 Earth and Life Doors, kind of like financial markets, financial crisis. So this all went into a black hole. And as you know, that's when the Wuhan virus started in China. And medical professions really suffered. A lot of medical frontline people died from getting exposed. And this happened in December 2019. But if you look at the next one, now we could look at what happened in 2020, which was the metal rat year, and when the solar eclipse happened. But it's so neat, these maps. I'm putting 2020 against 2021 so you guys could see into what happened in 2020. And this is kind of like, I told you Gung was the worst part of the year. So each one of these squares represent a month in our calendar. So this is the worst part of the year. And look at this, it's water and soil. So water and soil mixed together, and grain is the health. But look at this, it's in the northwest sector, which represents the lungs. So basically it's telling us that will be issues with our health concerning the lungs right here, if you interpret it, And what happened is we did have a solar eclipse in June of last year, and the snake was there. And Sheng Life is financial economy, it represents that. So it usually happens after the solar eclipse, 2 or 3 months, you start seeing the effects. And this is properties. So if you notice, like a lot of rental properties, it was starting to empty out. The apartments weren't occupied, So my relatives that own buildings, they had that problem, And then if you look here, there's some, we were in lockdown in April. This is April. This represents April. This represents June. So in April, there's a formation called Longzhou, which means dragon escape. Excuse me. I'm very new to Zoom, so it's just really hard for me. Okay, so what happened? What happened is this guy came on and we were resting. We were all shelter in place. So there's kind of a picture of what is happening to us. And of course, I'm curious about what's happening next year. So in wintertime, there was another solar eclipse in December, total solar eclipse, and a lot of, and look what's there, death door. So a lot of people die, as you know, and the oracle also predicted it. That was written thousands of years ago, and this chart confirms it. And then if we look at this year, again in June, there's another total solar eclipse. So it's every time this total solar eclipse comes on, because I'm an astrologer, you know, it's a bad omen in Chinese metaphysics when the total solar eclipse happens. The thing that is going to go in, look, it's 9 Earth, which is money and financial markets. Okay. So they are predicting these teachers, or what I research, that there's going to be another financial crisis in June of this year. You know, I think it was predicted June 10th, this solar eclipse would happen. And if you look down here, remember the oracle said half the population would die, or only half would survive. And if you look here, there's another death door right here in December of this year, you know, and it's hard to say because it's so vague. And it's written in kind of poetry. So, but according to the oracle, what we saw also, and I didn't show you guys, is that there will be animal disease. Okay, and it might be that the food supply might get contaminated this year because of the animal disease. It's hard to say, but we're going through a transition into another cycle. And if we look back in history, it's a period of revolution, and you kind of already see what's happening with the capital, like January 6th, Myanmar, you know, in Burma, Myanmar is, you know, there's revolts, right? So it's a period of revolution and kind of aggression right now we're going through. Yeah, so this is the forecast, okay? Pretty much based on what I researched, we're not out of the woods this year. COVID-19 is still a problem. This is still a water cycle. Rat, pig, and ox years are part of the water cycle in Chinese metaphysics. So the virus will stop when the water is gone. So next year is a water tiger year. So in the past transitions, we're transitioning into period 9. 2024 will officially mark period 9, but already the I guess that conjunction that happened where Jupiter and Saturn came pretty close, that's when it started. And if we look back at past period 9s, there was a civil war, Britain took over Hong Kong, and China had an opium war, you know, and there are signs of animals having problems this year. So we suspect some type of food crisis. And the oracle said in a negative way that half the population will survive. Might mean the middle class will disappear. Possible food supply problems. Shortage due to star 4, which represents wood. So 5, the sickness energy is with star 4 this year. So, but it's still very vague. So what should we do with this stuff going on here? Just calm your mind, plan and prepare, commit to expansion, commit to grow, follow the flow of business and money, look to see where the industries will do well this year, nurture close relationships, and be the voice of sanity and inspiration, be the light for other people. So that's all we can do. Okay. That's what this, yeah.
Consider becoming a vegetarian.
Yes, this is a good time to be a vegan.
I just texted Frida. I said, let's become sharecroppers.
Yeah. I have
I'll
my
be
tower
beans and
garden.
corn.
Erica got me into the tower garden.
Yeah,
So
and
I'm
now's the
doing that
time,
right
right? Get your
now.
vertical and tower gardens going.
Yes, this is a good time to buy a
It's good
vertical
anyway,
garden.
right?
It's really cool because you start from a seed and you can grow your own food and nobody's touching it. You know, there's no contamination. There's like 24 hands that touch it when you buy it at the grocery store. But you already see what's happening in Texas, you know, and so this is not going to be a smooth year. This in what I can see from what I've been to so many of these feng shui and astrology talks, and they all say, get ready. You know, it's not going to be an easy year, but you know, just stay calm and just prepare. Prepare to be a vegan. So that's, you want to see the chart where the 4 is near the 5. I can show you guys if you want to see it. You see the numbers for this year. And if you want, I can even read like what might happen to you guys
on.
this year. Do you want to see it or no?
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
Why
do.
not? Especially
Okay, why
if
not?
everybody
Let's look
gets,
into it.
if everybody gets
So
to see
as
a little
you
bit of something.
know, this is that thing I did last time with you guys with the GWA numbers, which is what people first notice about you, your character. So I did that with you guys, but now I have the yearly chart right here. And like a lot of you girls were 4s. Okay. So the 4 is with the 5 this year. And Biden is also a 4, our President Biden. So they already predicted that, you know, he's going to have a rough year this year, you know, because he's with the 5. But 4 also represents weak wood. You know, remember, it's like the grass, the flowers, the plants, you know, that we eat. So look at, that's why we're suspecting maybe a food contamination, because it's with the 5, the food, you know. So I think Mo, were you a 4 also, or what was your Mingua? What were the last 2 digits of your I don't, Cynthia, what was yours?
I can't remember. I
Yeah, I
can't
don't
Okay,
remember.
what's the last 2
formula?
digits of your birth date?
6 6.
So that's 12, 3, you're 8. So
I'm
you're right. Okay, 8 is right here, northeast. Hey, good. You're with a good number. That's
Come
really
see me,
good.
everybody.
Good
I'll
for you.
help
So
you with your weak
all the,
wood.
see,
You
these
don't
are
have
the
good wood,
annual
come see
stars.
me.
Yeah. Do you see me? Or do you see it?
I see it. I see that I'm in
Okay.
Northeast. It's
Do you
awesome.
see where you're at? You're here.
Yep.
This is where you're at. And like you know, like I told you, I can tell you you're with a 9. The red numbers are all good. So this is 2021, how the numbers are spread out. Okay. And so a 9 is great, you know, you're with a 9, and 9 is kind of like your resource. So and more resources are coming to you, more you're going to probably take more classes or teach more classes this year.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I was doing before here. talking
Yeah,
about all
it's
the things
probably
that we do.
started in December.
Me
You know,
too.
so this is with you. You see that, Cynthia?
Yeah.
And happy events, a lot of happy events for you, because 9 is a happy time, you know, celebratory events.
I'll list all my
Um,
classes, party people. You're going to love them.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of classes for everyone. Need someone to help you capitalize on it, you know, so you can really capitalize on teaching this year. See that? Because this is your resource. Fire produces earth. So any type of resource has to do with education. Yeah. So how about the other girls? So who's out there?
Anne Marie
Anne
just
Marie.
checks. Yes. In her chat, she said she's an 8 as well.
Yeah.
She's an 8 as well. So you heard the thing. And you also could do it for family members, you know, like you can see how you relate to each other. And it's funny, it's very, very similar to the way nature. This is all having to do with the 5 elements and nature. But you know, because Donald Trump looked at the eclipse, which we suggest people not look at, Biden was able to win because he has a stronger chart than Donald Trump has a stronger chart than Biden. But that's why don't look at solar eclipses, total solar eclipses, because they cut your luck in half. you know? So we recommend you don't look at it. Is there anyone else that wants me to read like what I see or? No?
Frida, are you and Mo both 4s?
Yeah, we are. Well, I think so. If I remember correctly before, I think we were the same.
What's the last 2 years of, what's the last 2 numbers of your year?
I think
8.
she was a 4. I remember her being a 4.
Yeah, I'm 1980.
Frida, 80, so 8.
Yeah, I was
8
4.
plus 5, 13, 4. Yeah. So this year you have to be careful with your health because you're with the 5. Okay. So you really have to take care of your health because you're with the 5. Okay. But there will be big changes. I don't know if you've already seen it or there's usually when you're with the most negative, this is the most negative part, unfortunately, of the year. So I suggest you don't sleep in the southeast this year to make it worse, and southeast part of your apartment. And just be careful with your health.
I think you're southwest, Frida.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
and there'll
think, you
be
check, but if I
I mean,
orientation.
yeah, just there's gonna be more changes because of this guy here. Okay. And just be careful. You're going to be prone to disease this year, so be careful. Okay. Just because you're with this guy, which is the most negative part of the chart. Okay. And that's it. I mean, pretty much, the weak wood people are devoid of a spine, so they tend to be secretive and they're survivors. They find a way to climb on people. They are good at communicating though. 1, 4, and 7 are really good at communicating. Minghua 1, 4, and 7. So the health issue might arise in the pelvic region, but there's a chance that the liver, so that's the area that Gua 4 people are weak. Colds and flus and asthma are common ailments that they suffer from. I don't know if that's true.
How do I figure it out again? It's just, I'm 1971.
Are you 71?
Yeah.
Okay, so 8. So you're a female, right? So
Yep.
so 71, last 2 digits of your birth date. So 8 plus 5 is 4. You're 4 too.
4. Okay.
So you need to be careful with your health this year. Same thing, and you're going to be prone to, there's going to be big changes this year for you.
Hey, so
Yeah.
Janet,
Uh-huh.
if their bedroom is not in the southeast,
Mm-hmm.
but their bed is in the southeast position of their room, is that still
That's bad too.
bad? Okay.
Yes, because you're exposed. There's the big Tai Chi, which is the big picture, and then you could take this whole square, this everything here, which is coming. It's already here. It's been here since December. All these numbers, and then you could put it into your little bedroom. And if you put your bed right here in that bedroom, let's pretend this is your bedroom. We call this small Tai Chi, and you put your bed here, and you're in the southeast. You're 4 already exposed to the yearly 5. That's just going to add more problems. You're better off putting it here or here where the numbers are good. You see all the red numbers? We're in period 8 right now. So 8 is good. This is the future. And then this is the, coming, so we're in period 8 going into period 9. So 1, 6, 8, those are all good numbers. There's the negative ones are the ones in black. Okay.
My husband is camping right now. What if he came back and I've like shifted the bed like over into the other corner?
I can hear.
Yeah, you're
I
not
can
in
hear
the
this go.
southeast corner of the room, are you? The bed?
Yeah.
Ah! So how have you been feeling these last month or so? Have you been feeling sickly or no?
I definitely have allergies. I have they
Is
started
it getting worse?
a couple years ago. But yeah, they seem to just come with the pollen and stuff like that. But
Yeah, you might want to move the bed over to like the west part of the room. And if you're in the southeast, is there another bedroom you could use?
no.
No. Okay, so there's no other choice. I would place metal in this area.
What kind of?
Okay, and then like brass, copper, some objects like that, in the area. If you have those weights, put it underneath the bed, like the heavy weights that your husband might use to work out,
Yeah.
put it underneath the bed,
Where are
and
my weights?
you,
Where are my weights at?
what? What's this?
Where my weight at? That's hilarious.
No, my husband's gone all weekend. I think he's gonna come. Where's my weights? Why is the bed moved? Where's my weights?
Just say it's curing the area. Yeah. So the allergies have been acting up, right, Frida?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the reason why. This is the invisible realm that we don't see. And you can see it with these are all energy maps. That's all they are. And they come in, these are the big numbers here are coming in for the year.
Hmm.
So you want to position yourself, especially when your gua is already exposed to this. You want to position yourself where it's more auspicious, maybe there in the west or northeast. It depends on what's in your chart too. If you need a certain element, you want to place yourself where you need it, and that would take a consultation with me.
So what
Mhm.
about, you share your bed with a partner,
Mm-hmm.
all right?
Mm-hmm.
So not what if, I'm an 8, my partner's a 9. Right? So we're both in pretty good year, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But let's
She's a 9
pretend,
gua. She's a 9 gua.
yeah,
Oh,
60.
it's great. Look at this. She's got the 1 combo 10. That means more money and business opportunities this year
I'm
for
hanging on
her.
to that booty.
Is she already there? Or helpful people coming in,
Sweet.
partnerships, joint ventures.
Oh,
That's
that's
great.
good. Yeah.
That's good. You both have good omens this year. So
Yeah.
that's great.
But
And
the question is
mhm,
where we sleep is still very important, right?
of course, because you
So
spend most of
right,
your time there.
right.
Yeah.
So my challenge is our bed, I think, let's see if that's the east. Our bed is in the west. Oh, great. Our bed's in the west. We're good. We're
Good.
good.
Perfect. Yeah.
Hang out
You're
with
in
me,
the
Tilly
8.
Peeps.
Did Mo want to tell me hers, or she was a 4 too?
Mo's a 4, but Mo,
Four.
you're with somebody, aren't you?
Well, we're cohabitating.
Are you sharing a bed?
No, not most of the time.
Good
to
for
be
you.
honest.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
I have my own bedroom.
Do you know what direction your bedroom's in?
I know it's
Stand in the center. Okay, I
Uh-huh.
got a little thing here. Let me teach you guys. Go to the center of your house or living space. Divide your floor plan into 9 equal squares. Find out where north, south, east, west is in your home. It's so easy. Just take out that iPhone, stand
Yeah,
in the center,
the
and
app.
then draw tic-tac-toe all over your house. Do a rough draft if you want, and then you can fly the yearly stars. You can fly those numbers that I just showed you and see where the areas are good and bad. It's about that easy here. This one, you put it right over that tic-tac-toe, and you want to put your desk. Okay, all your water activators here in the west. If it's a bedroom, don't do it, okay? Because you need peaceful rest. But if it's like a living room, you might want to put, like the vertical garden, the aquarium, it's okay. And the one, and then you want to put the metal here, and also don't, this is a minor illness star, so you want to put the metal here, also. And they say it works better if you pick a metal day and a metal hour to do it, but that takes date selection skills, and it's more effective if you use the metal day, metal hour, and don't clash with your year pillar, and because I work with a girl that does 6 laws, and we got rid of the people arguments, got rid of it with the date selection. You know, they were arguing with each other and they were sleeping where the 3 is. And right now I have my garden there because there's no other place to put it. The west is a stairwell for me, you know, and we do argue a lot when we're, you know, because it's being activated all the time, you know, but what can I do, right? There's no other place to really put it. I can't put it in north because 2 is there, and southeast 5 is there. And might be able to do south, but I think there's an affliction here too, you know, so I left it here, and I noticed like when I'm close with people, we start arguing with each other. You know, because this is being activated, which is arguments, you know. So, but I don't know, but that's how it works pretty much, you know.
So
So
where should you put your
huh? What's this?
Where- a desk go? You
Uh,
was it was-
Ideally, you want where the numbers are red, like northeast,
Got
west.
it.
And even if you only have 1 room or studio or 2 bedroom, 1 bedroom place, you could put it in that room. You could put it in the where the areas are good. You could put all this square into the little room and see where it's good and put your desk there. You know, like right here, right here. This is for investment. This is if you want like helpful people to come to you, you know. And then this is for this is the best star and the wealth star. Yeah. So we like to hang out in the west. So Cynthia, you're okay. Everyone's okay if they listen to what I say. Yeah, so that's it pretty much. That's my talk, you know. Yeah, was it interesting or what?
Yeah.
You got a sneak peek of what's happening according to, so I'll end the share unless you guys want to see this chart. Okay.
I'm curious. So my desk is positioned on a south wall, which is not, it's good, right?
In the south wall of that room,
Yeah.
that west, what direction is the room in? Do you, if
Oh,
you,
the
you
direction
get
of
the, yeah,
I'm in a west room, and
Okay.
in the west room, my desk is on a south wall.
that's
This is
great.
where I am right now.
That's great. It's wealth
Okay,
and
good.
noble people. You might meet up with people that can really lift you up and help you.
Right?
Yeah, so that's good. That's a
East.
good, yeah. And yeah. So anything else, guys? So that's pretty much what I did for San Leandro Library, and they paid me to do this talk.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm sharing it with you guys. I could share again if you want. This time I'll talk about the astrology next time. Maybe if you want to have me again, we'll talk about the 2021 each animal sign astrology.
Yeah, that's actually what I
Yeah.
was hoping for, but because I had not set you up,
Mhm.
I did not have you ready for success. And that's not
Yeah.
my intention. So I would love to have you back.
This is
And I'd love to
the
hear about that.
Buzzy astrology, and I go through the top 5 animals. I drew this myself using Sandra Constantine's cartoons, but number 1 is monkey. So if you're born in the year of the monkey, you have a lot of opportunities this year. So
Do you
next
all know
time
your animals?
we could do the astrology for people.
Yeah. Well, who knows their animals? Let's just start with that. What are you,
Yeah.
Momo?
Yeah.
Most usually I'm a pig. Just kind of depends on which.
The pig's like number 11 this year. It didn't have so many good stuff.
Yeah.
Wait,
It's
what do you
only
mean?
good if you travel, you might make some money. It
Wait.
didn't, you know, it's funny because the monkey is the comeback kid this year. Had nothing last year, but this year it has everything going for it, you know, and I'll do it on another time because your thing is only in an hour, right?
Yeah,
Cynthia?
but I would love for everybody to know their animals. So Frida, what's your birthday?
Yeah.
1980, the 28th, 1980, November.
You don't know your animal?
No.
Let me
That's
check.
awesome.
I have it. You're a metal monkey.
Monkey.
Oh,
It's,
geez,
this is
that's
for
gonna
you.
offset the 5 then. That's great.
Oh, good.
Because the monkey has the best stars in I could show you here. Where's that monkey at?
While you're doing that, Anne Marie, what's your birthday? It's like, do you know your animal?
There it
It's
is.
October.
There's the monkey. So the monkey has a lot of opportunities this year. People will come to you to seek help, abundance of wealth, and you have ability to even create, to come into a position of power very easily.
Cool. I'll take
So
it. I'll take
you
it.
are the comeback kid this year, because last year you were like the pig. There was not much of anything except, yeah, the pig, unfortunate. Look how cute these cartoons. I love this artist. She's a feng shui consultant too, but she sold me all her drawings. So I have my VA, you have him too, Cynthia Roy.
Roy.
I
Yeah.
have him, actually it's Daniel put together for me. And, so they put it by the animal sign. But if you want to see me, I can tell you wherever your buzzy, wherever the monkey flies, I can tell you what to do to try to improve your luck. You know what I mean? If you want to come see me. But right now that you could just go by the year of the monkey of the year that you're born. So you are a monkey this year, Frida. So that should offset the 5 a little, because you got all these good stars coming in.
Thank you.
Yeah, so don't
um,
feel so bad. It's not that bad because
Hey,
you're with the monkey.
How
Yeah.
about the fire horse?
The horse?
Yeah.
You want to see the horse? I'm showing you. What am I gonna do next time?
Oh,
Okay,
we're
the horse
just
is
talking.
right
Yeah, we're not
here.
going to talk about.
Okay, the horse is right here. And you have the saint. So people will come to you for help, Cynthia, this year. Do you notice
Great.
that people are coming to you for help?
It's been a little bit busier. Yeah.
Yes. So you're gonna expect more of that. And oh boy, your partner better watch out. Romantic adventures, the flirting scholar.
I used to be, I was
So
just thinking
more
about that.
romance coming
I
your
was
way.
a freaking,
Yeah,
I
and
was a master at
escapades,
flirting.
romantic adventures and escapades. But you have to watch out because you also have the great consumer. You're the Amazon queen. So you might impulse buy this year too. So you gotta be careful. It depends on where the horse is in your chart. Is it
Gotcha.
the year of the horse you're born, or is it in the month or the day pillar?
No, it's my
That's why I
year.
wanted you guys to get your chart.
No, it's
I
my
could
year.
tell you.
I'm
Huh?
I'm a fire horse year.
Your fire horse.
Year.
So it's with your social circle. You have to be careful with spending and your network.
Oh,
Spending on your friends and stuff. You
Does-
tend to be a little bit more generous. And buy for them, buy too much. I don't know. This year, you have to be a little bit more careful when you
Okay.
spend. Okay?
yeah.
Yeah. And anybody else? I mean, there's a small group here.
Sure.
Anne Marie's a metal pig.
I'm
You-
a,
She's a pig.
Yeah,
You
metal
could
bull.
call it, what I love about Chinese astrology, you could call each other animal names and nobody feels insulted. Like Mo's a pig. And it's okay because she is a pig. There you go. She's born in the year of the pig. Okay. So yeah, like I told you, this wasn't rated high this year for 2021 in getting all the good stars. The rooster and the monkey rated the best. They were the top 5, the Titans. So if you got a Titan, it's like a lot of opportunities. I have 3 of the Titans on my chart. So I'm going to do well this year, I think. So abundance of wealth is Mr. Forbes. You have a little bit of Mr. Forbes, but only when you travel. Yeah. It's you have to watch out for your health. That's what I saw for the pig too. So this year, so be careful because I think you were 4. So yeah, just be real careful with your health this year. Yeah. 'Cause it didn't rate high for health. Okay, so that's it, guys. You want me to save it for next time? Or
Sure.
And then
Yeah, and then we
we,
can
you
talk
guys
about
can get your
2021.
charts, and then maybe there'll be more people, so we could talk about it in detail.
Yeah,
What type of
so
stars that are connected,
as soon
why
as
they
we're
got these
right.
guys here, because there's stars connected to them. And
Tell
it
you what,
creates the-
so
yeah.
so as soon as we're done with that, Janet, let's set up a date and then I will send
Yeah.
I'll send the flyer straight to Roy so that
Mhm.
we can get it posted and get
Sure, no problem. Don't worry about it, Cynthia. I was just kind of worried I didn't hear from you, but I thought I'd show up anyway, you know?
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, no problem. I'm gonna stop the share now.
Okay.
Hey, that was fun. Oh, Anne Marie's here too. Okay.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good,
I
thanks.
never got the recording for the time that me and Cynthia did the
I
she-
know, I know. we
she's
kind of
my
got a glitch
supposedly
with
my
that.
nobleman this year, reading her chart. I have her chart. She's supposed
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
help.
I'm gonna set up an appointment to have you read my chart as well.
Yeah, and you guys, next time you could find out who's gonna help you a lot. And it's pretty darn accurate. I have a chart where the 10 noblemen's, and these are visiting noblemen's, so they only come in during the year. So if once you hone in on who's gonna be helping you, it's amazing.
So here's an example. Anne Marie is a friend of mine on many actually, so is Frida. So Frida and Anna Marie and I, the thing about us is that we share the real estate world as well as the intuitive world, right?
Wow, cool.
Yeah, I met Frida through real estate. It was just last year.
And
that we
Marie too is
connected.
intuitive. Okay.
Yeah, Anne Marie, I met through real estate, but on a spiritual level. So what happened is that we had a common friend, and at that time I was doing this thing called Spiritual Day Spa, which I highly recommend to people. Spiritual Day Spas, when you get in one fell swoop, it's an inside out healing. So you get a half hour reading, then you get a half hour of energy work, and then you get an hour of body work.
Wow.
And yeah, so what happens is that in your reading, things come up. Then with energy work, the energy that no longer serves you gets
Taken away.
gently
Yeah.
scrubbed away.
Scrubbed away.
And then what happens is that with the body work, then whatever is left of the energy that needs to go out is out, and then everything gets sealed, I think is the best way to say it. So you're being served emotionally, physically, energetically, which I don't know of any other spas that do that.
Wow. That's cool.
Right? That they don't do that intentionally. So highly recommend it. And that's actually how I met Anne Marie. And yeah, and so from there that's how we started our friendship. And then real estate came second. So but here's the thing. So Anne Marie is I can't remember what you do for the Walnut Creek Realtors, but she runs a group.
Women's
and
Council of Realtors, yeah.
Yeah, Women's Council of Realtors. And then I just kind of half-heartedly said, hey, have me on. And she took it, went with it. And she says, I need someone. How about if we do feng shui with? And Janet's name came up just like that. And so that's when I think about being Janet's noble woman, that's what, for some reason she'll always pop up when something comes up, she'll be top of mind. So I'll be the person that'll be, and it's almost like I can't help myself.
Yeah, I
That's how
work
it
with,
feels.
I work with hexagram, so I can tell people what will happen to them when they live in that space. And it's pretty accurate. Once you deal with the hexagrams, it's pretty right on. I don't know why, but and some people want to know and some people don't care. But if they're buying a piece of property, they always, if they're really into feng shui, they want to make sure that that front door is aligned right at the perfect hexagram to
Mhm.
give them the best, and that's something I do that's advanced that other feng shui people don't know how to do. And I learned that through the many years. Zhanggong Dagua is just looking at the hexagrams in the house, which is only like 5 degrees, but it's very powerful. Once you activate it, you can get what you want. Yeah, so that's something I do that's different from everyone else.
Yeah, that's the magic of feng shui. Does
Yeah.
anybody have any questions? I want to loop it back. Thank you so much, Janet,
You're
for,
welcome.
know,
And
one, for
ask me
being
back
flexible.
again. I will go through the astrology more in detail and hopefully there's more people and then we could all share and
yeah.
you
Hey,
know, and whatever else. I'll share more charts about your noble people, about COVID, you know.
Let's
It'll
do
be
that.
interesting.
Let's do, everybody wants to know who's in their crew, right? Because everybody likes to know that they're supported. So let's talk about, let's do astrology and the noble people.
The noble people is very
Yeah,
helpful because
let's do
I
that.
find it very, very accurate.
Yeah.
Like Erica and you are my noble people
So
because you
let's
have
do-
those animals. And it's only for this year. The visiting nobleman is very powerful for this year. And if you know who they are, then you could reach out to them.
Let's do that. I think that's going to be really interesting.
Mhm.
And then it focuses on the positive, and then they
Yes.
can come see you to
And I could teach
their
you how to
positive.
get your own chart too for free.
You could do that too. You could do
Mhm.
that
For
too.
your
All right.
friend,
Yeah.
then you would see.
Does anybody have any questions about fear, intuition, and how, or Janet, astrology?
I hope it didn't scare you too much about the future, but it kind of spooked me too when I read the oracle. I said,
Shit,
what does this mean?
Not when I'm an 8 sitting in a 9 corner. I'm all good.
Yeah.
And my partner's a 1, 9 hitting in a 1. So
Yeah, you're hitting your good numbers, you know. It's just
Yeah.
Mo and Frida just have
the
to be
rest of
more
us.
careful. That's all. But
Yes,
Frida has that monkey that's helping her a
Oh,
lot.
Rita's good.
Yeah.
Me and Anne Marie,
Yeah,
no
she's
good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And then at the same time, what we can do is we can start
Stephanie's in here now.
we can start our gardening. So let's get our
Yeah.
garden, and I'm not joking. Let's get our gardening
I'm
going.
here.
You want to
can
buy a
help you.
vertical garden? I'll give you my link. You want to buy one?
Vertical
From me, I
gardening.
sell them.
Do
Vertical
you really
gardening.
do? You should give this talk and then sell the vertical.
Yeah.
garden. Now you're gonna
There you
start
go.
planting, right?
We'll
I'll
get-
go through the forecast for 20. Oh, you missed the forecast. She'll have to listen. to the
Santana
recording.
D.
There's Santana. Yeah.
We just went through,
Hey,
yeah.
You missed the forecast, Santana.
But we'll do it
Hey,
again.
All kinds of things, dude. If I could catch everything on my plate, I'd be like rocking.
Yeah, you got it. You got
Should
it.
I
You got
do
what you
them
got- you
real
got what
quick?
you
I
need.
don't know. We got to end this, right? We have
Yeah.
to end this talk.
Yeah, so
Okay.
that's what we're gonna do. The next time we have Janet on, we're gonna talk about your Batsi astrology and the visiting noble people, which is like
Yes.
your crew
And
that's
who's
gonna
gonna
walk
get
with you for this
COVID?
year.
Who has to double mask?
Like,
And also the spiritual part too. I'll bring that out about you have to get your charts. If we talk about the spiritual, how spiritual you're gonna be this year. Based
we'll
on
have-
your
yep.
base them. Yeah. We
So-
could talk about that.
Sounds good? Sounds good?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
All
Everybody,
right.
I
Thank you,
love
Janet.
having you overs.
Bye,
I'm
Frida.
so happy you came, Stephanie. Thank you so much. And we will catch
you,
you all a little bit
Cynthia.
later.
Sorry about the 12th, and I didn't mean to cut out on you, but I had that talk on the 13th. It's just too much. When I have too much going on all at once, and I did this month. It was crazy this month for me. Yeah, but I'll show up next time. I promise. Okay, you just set a date and time, a good date, a good time. That's it.
Let's hang. Why don't we hang after we say goodbye to everybody and set the date and then see how you want to set your bio.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you all later.
Hey,
Thank you.
alright.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey,
See ya.
You're the host, Janet, so you need to stop the
Put it-
recording.
Stop the recording. Okay.
Or you can make me host and I'll stop the recording.
Okay. So am I gonna get the recording or you?
If you make me host, I'll get the recording.
Okay, let me make you back the host then. How do I do that again?
So if you go to
participants,
my picture in the top
and
right hand
then,
corner,
the
to the
picture
3
on the
dots.
3 dots.
Yep, and then
Then
it'll say.
make host. Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna change you to the host so you
Yep,
could
it
get
says
the
I'm the host
recording.
now. Great.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to stop the recording.
Okay, great.